Hi, good morning and welcome to our meditation. Today is the 8th of February. I would like to read in Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 2. A wise servant will rule over a disgraceful son and will share the inheritance as one of the family. So today I would like to share with you a very interesting story that will help us to understand what Proverbs 17 verse 2 is saying. It is actually the story of Joseph in Egypt. Joseph came from a very, very difficult family. A man called Jacob had 4 wives, and Joseph was one of the last boys of that family, of 12 boys and 1 girl. And of course, God gave Joseph dreams, and his brothers didn't like Joseph's dreams, because in Joseph's dreams, his brothers, they were bowing down to him, at his feet, the feet of that young man who is actually just a teenager. So they are going to sell Joseph. First, they tried to kill him, and then they sent him to Egypt. They sold him to some Arabs, and these Arabs took him to Egypt. Genesis chapter 39 verses 1 to 6 says, "Now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt. Potiphar, an Egyptian, who was one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard of Egypt, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him there." The Lord was with Joseph. And that's a phrase that you're going to find in the story of Joseph all the time. So that he prospered. He lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of all his household and entrusted to his care everything he owned. So he became a very important person in the house of his master, administrator, because he was faithful to God. But apparently he was very handsome and had lots of muscles. So Potiphar's wife fell in love with that young man and wanted to go to bed with him. But Joseph found favor in God's eyes because he was faithful to God. And he said to that woman, "I cannot go to bed with you because I serve my God and you belong to my master." So that woman was furious, and let's read what's going to happen to Joseph because of that. When his master heard the story of his wife, the story his wife told him, saying, "This is how your slave treated me," he burned with anger. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. So by being faithful to God, Joseph was sent to prison. And that sometimes happens to people. Some Christians are persecuted because they are faithful to God. Some Christians are killed today because they are faithful to God. Joseph was faithful to God. He was sent to prison. But while Joseph was in prison, the Lord was with him there as well. Whatever they sent Joseph, God was with him. God was with Joseph wherever he went. So God showed Joseph kindness and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in the prison, and he was made responsible for all that was done there. So they tried to destroy Joseph by sending him to Egypt. He became an administrator. They sent him to prison. He also became an administrator of that prison. So the next step is to become governor of Egypt. And that's what is going to happen. Potiphar saw that God was with Joseph. the warden of the prison saw that God was with Joseph. And so Pharaoh is going to see as well that. Genesis chapter 41, verse 38. So Pharaoh asked them, can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God? Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, since God has made all this known to you, there is no one so discerning and wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you. So that slave became a governor of Egypt by interpreting Pharaoh's dreams. He's going to save Egypt, and he's going to save his people as well. 20 years later, after have sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites, Joseph's brothers will come to Egypt and will bow down at his feet. Not at the feet of Joseph. They didn't know it was Joseph. They were bowing down at the feet of the governor, the second man most powerful of Egypt in those days. Joseph trusted God. He put his trust in God, even though he was treated the way he was by his own family. God was with Joseph, and Joseph became the governor of Egypt. So trust God and let God guide you and lead you, because God is much, much wiser than you are. God knows better. God bless you.